Oh man. What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? How's everybody doing? Welcome to another edition of the Casting Room, where we break down TV shows and movies and give you little things that we think you would like. We're two movie buffs. We love to watch movies and TV shows, so we're not just picking and choosing or going by what somebody else says. I am one of your hosts. I am Truth, along with my partner there, Mr. Jeff Shears,
What's up,
a.k.a. Mr. Socks. We got to get you a sock line. I'm dead serious, man. We got to sit down one time, man. We got to sit down. How you doing today, man?
I'm good. I'm better than I got my coffee in me.
You got better?
Yeah, I know I'm gonna crash when this bitch die.
I can't do coffee, man.
Really?
Nah, you know, it's to me, it's a mental thing. Because, like, you know, I remember back in the days, my moms used to always send me to Louisiana for
coffee?
for the year.
Okay.
For the summertime to spend summer vacation shit. And, you know, when I met my sister, oh, shit. Rich people shit. I met my sister, and we used to go there. She didn't really have, you know, abundance of stuff. And she had like 400 kids.
Yeah.
So for dinner, a lot of times we used to have like coffee and homemade biscuits.
Oh.
So that bring me back there with that, like.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah,
I get you. Well, that's why I don't eat spaghetti.
Oh, okay.
My grandmother used to make it, and my grandmother she would like make shit from scratch. So she always had food, and she would still grow even when she was up here.
Nice.
Her own vegetable garden, like watermelons and
Nice.
all that other shit.
None of that nonsense in it.
But my grandmother was like legit out of slavery. You know what I mean? Like literally, she was picking cotton as a child before like they said the thing.
Right.
And what was I gonna say else? I was trying to fucking put this shit in the hole. All right, here we go. But from there, like spaghetti, my mom would cook it all the time, especially even times when we didn't have money.
Right.
So she would always make, because it's cheap, it's quick, you know.
Quick.
Throw it in there, boil the shit.
Yeah,
And
pasta
I
fill
had
you up, all that sauce.
so much. It's like one of the things I won't eat, and that and like tuna fish, and I'm just like, I can eat it,
Right.
but it's like that. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel you.
Don't fancy that shit up for me, nigga. Fuck that. Man, nah, I'm good. Nah, man, I know that. I know that feeling. I feel you though. But I like coffee for the caffeine.
Okay.
I know I'm not just drinking it as a routine. I like, yo,
Need that little boost.
I gotta wake up, nigga.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, with that soda shit, if it wasn't for that carbonated sugar, you know what I mean? That's the shit that really kill you and shit.
Yeah, that's what really fucks you up with the
Yeah,
soda.
that carbonated sugar. Other than that, you good to go.
Yeah.
Caffeine get a boost.
Yeah.
Jim be kicking my ass, man.
That's good, man. I definitely got to sign up for one. Right now, I am torn between a 24-hour one or
Right.
just doing one right. Like, it'll close like at 11 or 10, but just go after work because I'm afraid of the overcrowding. When I went out with Frank the other day, I passed the gym that I was
a member at?
part of that. Yep.
Okay.
And they're 24 hours.
All right.
And like I said, it was like around 9:30 or such. Motherfucker, every
Packed?
parking, every spot in that bitch was full.
Yeah.
And you could see through the glass. They had machines off and on, but then I was like, I know people like somebody off on the side sitting or doing some type of bullshit calisthenics, and I'm like, I'm not doing. So I got to get a time. You get what I'm saying? If I can go in later,
Slide, right.
like that's why I liked working out late at night because.
Nobody's
running around
there.
butt ass naked. Just you, the guy opening the bitch, and
That's
like
it.
two
Yeah,
other
yeah,
people.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You get on every machine, go back and forth, and you know, do whatever you got to do. But it's still gonna be the time thing, especially if we're gonna keep these COVID rules in play, which I think are good. Don't get it twisted. It's forcing people to clean stuff. But I definitely got to get back into that time slot because I'm not sitting there waiting. I'm not going to the gym.
No, I feel you.
Be like, yo, home, you got an hour. It starts now, and all those machines is full. So you
Niggas just take it. And that's the reason why I left the little one because it was like,
yeah.
Every like this dude literally had 3 machines and I'm looking and I'm like, yeah, I'm about to punch this nigga in the face.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out the way. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But it was just like, you know, going back to Blink, it was just like it's bigger. And, you know, other than like today, it was a father and son who refused to wipe shit down, but the guys, the management was right behind them and they were wiping it down. And I felt bad for them and I'm like, dogs, you fucking serious?
Yeah, man. Like, you should be doing that anyway.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
you just hopping on and hopping off. I'm like, ugh.
But at least they have somebody in there. See, that's what I'm looking for. Is somebody gonna be there to be pungent about it? Oh, you ain't do it. you know, and come around and do that because you know a lot of places ain't.
Come there, man. Like I said, they don't play that shit there.
Yeah,
Man. There ain't been no issues, no problems. I feel
it
you.
just sucks.
All right, so we're gonna start off. I want to start off with something that just aired on Netflix. Now I started watching it. I didn't get a chance to finish watching it.
Okay.
But the things I like about it so far, the things I don't. So this is supposed to be a documentary, but they're trying to make it like it's a show documentary. So they're talking to actual people who were designers and directors from Google, Twitter, Facebook, these major companies.
Yeah.
And they brought these guys together, but they're still trying to make it as a TV show, which throws me off and kind of bother me. If you're gonna do a documentary, do a documentary. Don't try to do a show and then do the documentary and back to the show. This is too much for me or whatever.
Gotcha.
But what it's focused on your devices. These right here. How the companies are selling, the way they sell to advertisers, by selling your information, how long you're on this particular, like the way they set it up, I didn't touch my phone for an hour. That's how fucking bad it freaked me out. Like,
how long to keep you on the device?
Literally,
keep you in,
the way they did it like as if it's like there's a setup somewhere, but they kind of like did it where they had like a hologram individual there.
Yes.
And for every photo you looked at, it literally timed. Every photo you looked at, every TikTok video, anything you did, it timed. And not just timed what you were looking at, how long you looked at it, what you were looking at it. And what they were doing is coming up with rhythms to, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Guess what you're going to do in the future types.
So to track your behavior.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's scary.
But
it's, yeah.
People been known about that. I mean, that's been one of the main things about a lot of the apps. So they figured that out a long time ago. Maybe about 10, 15 years ago, when they tracked with the game apps. And it was like, why do people like the little tappy tap game apps? Then like if I can like put a Dungeons and Dragons
story,
on this shit, and do something. Why does this one sell more than this one? And they found out the same thing, like people's attention span, what they like doing. But I've been new Instagram to tracking, especially with all the girls on the ass. I was like, why do they allow that? With all the sexual perversion shit, you know what I mean? If I can't come on and show my ding-a-ling, but the girl can show everything just right before her vagina lip.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? And it's like, what's up? And it's big business, dude. That's how they sell to their advertisers.
And that shit was like, whoa. I gotta finish it. I'm going to finish it. But I found it like really like, whoa. Like they literally, it is. Like the way they break it down and the guys who wrote books on it.
Yeah.
And they brought a young lady, professor from Harvard, and she was saying how like this is the future and how things are just like, wow. They really selling you, really.
And you're from an age where you can disconnect.
Yes.
And have no problem.
Right.
If you lose your phone, in your head, it may take a minute, but you can be like, switch back. Yeah. And like, all right, fuck it, I'll just go
Not
buy
these
new
kids
one
these days.
Keep moving. No, these kids cannot.
They can't take their hands out of their all day. Like, just look up. You know what I mean? Like, put your phone down at the dinner table. How was your day? Let's have an actual conversation.
Those days are gone, bro.
Oh,
they
man.
Gone. They gone.
Man.
I don't know how people do dates no more.
That is true.
If you ever go out to eat and you start watching people, especially new couple on there, and see, somebody tapping away, I'm like, well, shit, I could do this by myself.
Yeah.
Goddamn, you know what I mean?
Like you said, legal prostitution, man. Legal prostitution.
Dude, don't get me
Stop
started.
A lot of this nonsense.
Don't even get me started, man. You might cure a few things. Fuck that.
But definitely check it out. It will really open your eyes up on how a lot of things are going on, and it might make you think twice about how long you spend on the device and stuff. But these companies are making a killing.
Yeah.
Just for watching normal things you do.
And it's funny, if you go into your phone settings, you can always see like how much data you used on what app. and it tracks that too. So
Yep.
your phone company knows that. So like when it comes to iPhones, they sell everything through the Apple Store. That's where you get things like Apple versus Epic. Epic selling you their own things $3 cheaper. And they're like, nah, bro, not on our hardware. You know what I mean? We want that money because we know that's a big seller because most of the data is being used at your program, at your site.
Yep.
They track those things. How you think they get their plans? Remember how data used to be so expensive?
Yep.
And they figured everybody was using it and streaming and doing all this stuff. And now data is cheap. Yeah,
I remember when they
realize that.
first started because that was around the time, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Boost Mobile was the first company to do $70, like one flat rate a month.
Flat. Yep.
Where everyone else was billing you for this and that. Boost Mobile was like, give me $70. You have unlimited photos, this, da-da-da-da-da. And everybody started jumping, and now that's pretty much...
But this is how they got this data. People always say that. So your phone is always transmitting about you, But
Yeah.
At some point in time, I was just like, yeah. What kills me at work, I know I transmit a lot, but I'm like, when it slows down, most of the time I just listen to music or a podcast or something. But I was just like, I can't, because all those other things, all those things take
Right.
your data, dude. They take all your stuff that you have, man.
It's kind of crazy because
It's nuts.
I'm sitting here and I'm like, yo, they're legitimately like tracking every single thing that we do. And they're making a killing off of it. And, a lot of people are like trying to force people into believing certain things. They're just, what do you call it? People who are going through, like, they're not sure what body they're in and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It goes in here with a lot. They told you that a lot of them try to force you to believe and do certain things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just as dangerous.
It's wild,
You get an opportunity to check that out. It's available now on
I
Netflix.
gotta see that.
Yeah, man. Like it'll make you like, hold on, let me put my phone
I'll throw
down
this shit across the
for
room.
a little
Like, sit
bit.
watching me, nigga.
You know.
Fuck outta here.
Well, it also is like the generation now. Like I said, they don't go outside anymore. They're not playing in the parks like they used to. First thing we do when we have our kids, we give our kids a tablet. Just play with
Shut 'em
this.
up, yeah.
Yeah, shut them up. As far as outside, you took them to the park. You let them run frantic for a couple of hours, and they got home and they went straight to sleep.
True.
So parenting mentality has changed also.
Yeah, that's sad. That's a whole nother sadness.
So yeah, I definitely want to check that out, y'all. All right, so let's keep it going to one of our favorites, Lovecraft
Oh yeah.
Country.
Oh yeah. Did you watch the latest episode?
Yes, I watched the latest episode.
Okay.
Well, me and Jeff, we get it before y'all get it. So,
wait. Oh, so you saw episode 6?
no, hold on, let me see which one we're up to. The one with the sister is the last one.
Yeah, when she broke out the white.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So,
same-
but like I say,
that's
like
wild.
it comes out technically Sunday, but we get it Saturday. So it's just so Lovecraft is this is for Jordan Peele and what was it J.J. Abrams, and so these guys this is from a book. Now it might not be exact like the book good. It might change one or two things because a lot of characters that are strong in the TV show may not be strong in the book and vice versa.
Right.
It really depends on it. But this show here is based on a group. I don't want to call them a cult. Would you call them a cult?
The Sons of Adam. So
yeah.
the one that crazy.
Right.
Yes, that's cool.
All right. So the cult
Yeah.
is trying to get the pages of Adam, the Book of Adam, because they figure if they get that, they'll be able to have everlasting life,
Right.
and they'll be immortal. And there's some sorcery in it, but they don't do it like Dungeons and Dragons sorcery.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So y'all try to catch up to us right now. So this week's episode was called what's it called? Butterfly, something like that. I forgot what it was.
Some of the Well, I know the locust was a metaphor for Ruby, the sister, transitioning to something. Oh my God, I'd be so prepared for this.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it down. I apologize, people. Oh man, try to see here. It was episode 5. It was called Strange Case.
Okay.
All right, so this week's episode is pretty much when the sister Ruby was. That's her name, right? Right. All right, so
Yep.
Ruby has always dealt with, in the prior episodes, she's always dealt with the fact of, not being able to do a lot of things because she's black. She's very well educated. She's very talented. She can sing. She has a great education, but she's black, so there are a lot of things that she has been unable to do. So starting this episode, she wakes up and she's white. So so obviously she's bugging out. She thinks she's dreaming. She's slapping her face, and I love the way these episodes are directed. She goes outside. She's in a black neighborhood. Young black man asks her if she needs help. She gets startled. Police run up automatically and try to beat the death out of the black boy, because he thinks that he tried to harm or hurt the white lady.
Yes.
And this is, I guess, when she finally starts to understand, like, wow.
That was another foreshadow to the little boy Bobo who was in the thing.
Supposed to be
Emmett
Till.
Yeah,
Right, Emmett Till.
And he got beat. He got his life taken away because he thought he whistled at a white lady. So it's sad. I love how they depict that stuff in the time. And they did it right because she was scared too, because in her head she thought she was black.
Right. She,
outside.
police went up. She put her hands up quick as soon as the police came up, because in her mind she's still black. Mm-hmm. In the episode, she learns how to deal with her newfound pigment.
Yep.
And she becomes the manager of the store that she wanted to try to go work at.
Well, you skipped over a part. So the black girl had got the position. There was another black girl who got the position. Right. And, well, first of all, we skipped over a bunch of parts. I want to go to the part of when she went back home after changing, because the cops took her back to the house.
Oh, right.
William was there.
William was there.
Spoiler alert, William is Christina.
Yes.
Because she's been taking the same drug, just going from male to the white guy to female. But I kind of knew that already.
But William was an actual person, and it goes to say, like...
See, I think that spell, or whatever, the serum that she makes, can only be done off of dead people. Or something to do with the blood.
Well, you actually have to have the blood of the person in order to become that person.
So I think, remember when she was telling them, at the end, she was like, William was William was there, and he died, and he was supposed to be the rightful of this branch.
Yeah, the captain
I think she took
is the one
body.
that killed him, right?
Yeah, I think she took his body, you know what I mean, to make the serum. So
right, it's some of his blood, because you need the blood of the person in order to do that.
So we're getting all ahead, but...
Hey, we're going to jumble. We're going to jump, but we're going to tell you the episode.
When they came back, and she had switched back, and she woke up in the bed, and William was telling her, like, oh yeah, you can do this, and he leaves money on the nightstand with the serum.
Another vial of serum.
She only takes the serum, and she goes out and she lives a regular day as a white lady.
And the way they did it, she didn't have to pay for ice cream.
That's the thing. And even William asked, how come you didn't take any of the money? Yeah, she was like, I traded in. The only thing I needed to be was white. And it was so fucking wild. It was like, when you watched her, it was like, just common courtesy.
Yeah.
They ain't push her on the fucking on the sidewalk. They ain't, tell her to move. They gave the bitch free ice cream, and she went through the front door instead of going through the back with the black guys, with black people. She got to sit down in the park and read a book without even being harassed. She did all normal, non-sophisticated stuff.
But as a white woman.
Yeah, as a white woman.
It didn't have to deal with none of the nonsense.
Free day, didn't have to deal with no extra nonsense. It was telling a lot when you foreshadow. It was like, she ain't do nothing extra. The bitch ain't gonna start a company.
Nope.
The bitch ain't gonna do this. And to go to your point, when she went to get the job, because the black girl had applied on the whim,
right?
And they only hired her because they had got rid of the no coloreds law. So
well, no, the way I put it, the manager, as you saw later in the episode, had a thing for black women.
Oh, that too. He wanted to fuck. But
right.
But they also got rid of the color law.
Yeah.
The color law. So she took that same resume she was going to use, and they gave her a management position.
Yep.
Just for being white. So that means that she was more than enough qualified.
Well educated.
And I just want to go to this point too, because I heard it, and I think they stole a point from me, even though I'm saying this now. Somebody else said it before. The chick got able to change her skin, and she didn't do nothing extra. The highest thing she did was go to apply for a job.
Yep.
Go to apply for a job. She ain't robbed no fucking banks. She ain't go. Do you get what I'm saying? Mastermind something. She had a whole new. You get what I'm saying? Anybody. She went to go get a fucking job. Compared to when you see Christina, this bitch trying to take over her.
Yeah, she ain't playing.
You get, but
She not playing.
I just want to say it's like the normality, like people who just want to be fucking normal.
Right.
Like
right.
you know what I mean? Nothing
Just
fucking
want
else.
the same
shit.
things that you are, and it kills me where, kind of like sidetrack. Like I was listening to this other podcast where this guy was talking about the whole Joe Budden's situation, and he kind of like tried to defend the whole, and he had two black people there, but kind of pissed me off. He tried to defend the whole white privilege thing, and I'm like, you can't. Are you serious? Doors will be open for you just because you're white.
Right.
And doors will be closed no matter how talented that person is, just because he's black. And it showed right there in that episode where this lady was able to do any and everything
Yep.
that she normally would
Yep.
as a white woman that she would have been able to do as a black person, and say like she was so highly educated that as a white woman she got an assistant manager position.
And she only applied for a clerk.
And she applied for a clerk.
So it's mind blowing, and especially when you compare things like that, it's like they don't even see it.
Nope.
They don't even see it, or excuse me, a lot of them do see it, but they don't want to acknowledge it because that means it exists.
Well, see, that's the
And
thing.
then you know what I'm saying? They know that they're trading above, something there.
I think it's with them. It's a lot of times to where it's something that you can't touch, or you can't like cook it. You can't
Right. It's not tangible.
mold it,
Yeah.
and it's just you understand it. There are people who just don't like people for whatever reason, whether you're short, tall, fat, or whatever situation may be. There are people who just don't like certain people.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at it from a culture, so it was really, really crazy.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that where you see her trying to kind of work with the black girl to a certain extent until she got a little annoyed when she felt like she didn't have any kind of education at all. She didn't graduate from high school, and then it come to find out, the guy just wanted to smash.
Right.
The manager, white guy.
Right.
They convinced the black girl to take them to the Jigaboo.
Side of town.
The
Yep.
side of town.
Let's go to the south side.
Right, to experience the music,
Yep.
a different side or whatever. And this is where she sees the fact that he tries to force himself on a black girl, saying, I heard you girls smell good down there type shit or whatever.
Yeah.
But he comes off as this button, suit and tie, really proper guy. But at the end of the day, when no one else is watching, this man was a fucking a predator, I would say.
So here's a question: do you think he did that to the black girls because he didn't get away with it, and he never tried it with the white girls?
Absolutely.
So,
Because I remember Ruby as a white girl, and I might have to rethink about the whole blood thing, because she's pretty much the sheriff when they were on that.
it's the same lady.
It's
Yes,
the same lady.
It's the same lady. It
So
was the
I don't know
sheriff.
if it's blood or I don't know how they.
No,
how
because
they work.
think about it, when the sheriff died, she was there. She could take the blood. Remember?
Well, no, the white sheriff from the
Yeah, with the dogs.
Ruth wasn't there.
Christina was there.
Christina was there, but Ruth wasn't there. Ruth is the one that transferred.
Ruby didn't need to be there because Ruby didn't never made the potion. Christina always made the potion.
Let's see. Well,
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Christina can
See
make
how
the
that-
potion.
How that works
I
itself
got the
out.
blood already.
Right.
Put it in. Here, this is the person you're going to turn into.
Okay. That is
Now,
true. That is
I
true.
got another spoiler alert. Oh, I don't know what to say. Spoiler. I got a theory.
Okay.
Remember back last episode, not this one, the 4, when they were fucking on the steps, and she cut herself, and she sucked her blood. Will she turn in? Now this is a theory. Now,
Yeah.
will she turn into Ruby so she can go into the sister's house? I don't know.
I don't think she still would be able to.
I don't know, maybe because you see what I'm saying.
Like even
'Cause
though
it's
like
shielding
she's
her body,
right,
you see what I'm saying?
right because it's the way they're doing this is they pretty much break out of. Because he had
they
to
break out
kill
her body. Yeah.
when
She
she
had to rip her
first
open, yeah.
he had to rip her open.
Yeah.
So and it was like the way she came out of William was like holy
Yo,
shit.
J.J. Abrams with these motherfucking effects is doing
Oh my
awesome.
gosh, when she
Dude, they
came
had
out.
the eye.
Yeah, I was like, yo.
this is the effects are awesome.
Yes,
The effects are awesome.
yes, very well done show.
Yeah.
Shout out to HBO Max for this.
Yeah.
So once she sees what, because at this time she's conflicted.
Yeah.
She doesn't really want to take the serum anymore. They go to the bar, and she's seeing a lot of things going on and how the white people, girls in the boss are reacting. So instead of taking her next formula, she decides to not take it, break the bottle, and this is when he comes outside and tries to force the black
The black
clerk
girl, yes.
to do that. So the next day she comes in as the assistant manager again, and she comes on to him, makes him think she wants him, and gets him to allow her to tie him up. And she takes her heels and shoves it up his rectum repeatedly over and over again. And he's bleeding all over the place. And she timed it perfectly to where her serum wears off, to where she rips out of the white skin
Yes.
into her own
Yes.
and said, now you know a nigga did this to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yo, that shit was good. And also, I love how they incorporate the new music into the old thing. Because they're like, these is bloody shit.
Yeah, yo.
I was like, yo, they
I was
on
like,
point. Who
very
scored
well,
this
yeah,
shit is on
very
fucking
well
point, dude.
done using today's music with the
Yes. Yes.
show. I also want to say this as far as the father. They've played with it a while. As far as is he not?
Oh, yeah. We totally forgot about that one.
With the father, which is why I believe his uncle is actually his father.
Oh, yeah. Once I saw that, I was like,
Yeah.
he's the dad.
But
He's
the fact that he's was so ashamed of who he actually truly was,
yeah.
to where he would go, but he wouldn't kiss the guy, which we found out the entire time these
Right.
guys have been dealing with each other. He wouldn't kiss him.
Right.
He takes him to this party to where it's like a drag, but there are other men there that's not a drag. And, throughout the course of the events, and his son beat the hell out of him once he found out. He burnt the...
He killed the lady, yes.
yeah,
and
killed the
burned
lady.
pages,
I think he was more mad that he burned the pages of Adam
That's the real thing.
than
yeah.
the woman.
But the lady was the only one who could translate.
Right,
for
right.
the moment.
For the
without
moment.
doing
Like
that,
he was
yeah.
able to translate. We'll get to that in a second. So he shows up at the bartender's place, and obviously they have sex, and then the day come, and the guys are getting ready for this big party, and he's there, and they're talking about it, and it goes to really show you a lot of things. But to sum it up, by the end of the night, you can see the weight lifted off his shoulders.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
he was, I guess he wasn't ashamed to be who he was anymore. So then he runs to the guy and he gives him a kiss, something they've never done before.
Right.
Because he's always battled himself as far as, him actually wanting to be with men and not women.
Yeah.
So I love the fact that they incorporated that in it also.
Yeah.
Battling in sex, race. This is one of the best shows I can say that's out right now.
Yeah, they went all over the place. They went all over the place with that. I like how they covered it, especially for the time period,
Right.
in the 1950s, and it kind of explains, like, in a way, it's foreshadowing why his father beat him when he was and saying welcome to the black league baseball players. And
Right, right.
Don't do that female soft shit, I guess. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
It kind of foreshadows that, or just covers it a little bit.
Right, he's angry at himself for whatever situation.
Right, but then is that the reason why he was beating Tick when he was small? You get what I'm saying?
That's
Tick
what I
was
think. The fact that I think one, he knew Tick
Yeah.
might not be his.
I think you knew that from the beginning,
Right,
but
and
if you ain't fucking a girl, you get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Maybe the mom knew because when Letitia asked him about love, because remember he was like, oh, the girl in Korea, and he was like, I don't really know love. I never experienced it this way. I never experienced these feelings with you. I never the feelings I had with the girl in Korea. I never, you know what I'm saying, experienced that. And the love that my parents had, he said it was something, I forgot the word he said, but it was like unfathomable,
Right.
unthinkable. But then it makes sense because maybe
He wasn't attracted
you
to
get
him,
what I'm
right.
saying? Like,
You-
and
you-
it
he
just
felt
roommates or some shit.
it being the 50s, you're forced to live a life.
Right.
You know, it has to be man, woman, and
Right.
you weren't allowed the freedom that you're allowed today.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like maybe he beat him out of result or regret of that.
Yeah,
because he
I
wasn't
think so.
able
Definitely.
To
Definitely.
live his life freely. But
And
Tick
then on top of
was,
that, knowing Tick might not be his son, so
Yeah.
he beat the shit out of him. So
But
absolutely.
the dad got to die though. And
Yeah.
I don't care if he's gay or nothing. The fact is he done blocked him at every point. You get what I'm saying? To finish this quest.
Right.
And I kind of see he wants to use the power like he wants to use the power for black people.
He wants to even the playing.
Yeah, instead of like, yo, I just want to be free.
Right.
I want to kill this lady who wants to use me to open the portal, and the other divisions can go on about how they go on and whatever it is, and he's just like trying to stop everybody at every point, and I'm like, all right, this shit ain't making sense, bro. I was like, you know what I mean? But I feel he's gonna have to die some way. In the story.
He might.
He gonna have to die.
He
some
gonna
way.
have to in
I was
order
like,
for
please bring back Uncle George.
in order for Tick to. But I think once he actually does get the because Christina needs him. She needs
Yeah,
Tick
she needs-
because
yes.
he's the last living blood relative.
of it. Yeah.
So she's gonna need him. Leading up next episode coming up, they're gonna go deep into Tick and the Asian lady. As
that's
far
gonna be
as
good.
how they met
Yeah.
and who she really is.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
sorry.
think she's some type of wizard.
What she really is.
I think she's either some type of wizard or maybe a creature. She could be
Right,
a creature.
she might be a creature or something.
They could've
Because at the end of
foreshadowed
this, Tick was able to transfer or decipher some of the language
Yeah.
because of the initials in his ring.
Yeah.
And some of the words spelled out die. Now, they did say that those might be his mother's initials.
Could be.
So it might not be die, it might just be his mother's initials, but obviously they're going to leave us hanging. And they're going to go deep into it, but they're going to show exactly what happened to him in Korea,
Yeah.
which should be good.
I need Uncle George to come back, yo.
He's coming back.
I was like, but nah, I need the Uncle George. I don't want nobody in a bodysuit coming like, yo, it's Uncle George. Oh shit! And it's like,
Because we
no.
forgot the wife was on her way.
Yo, yeah.
So
I'm
she's on her way
like,
there.
like a 1.5 episodes.
Yeah.
longer.
So when she gets there and she's so determined to get the truth,
I think they're gonna hold her captive.
they might force him.
Because
Is anyone
remember-
there left?
No, huh?
Was anyone else there left? Because a couple of people did run out.
Yeah, I was like, some people escaped. Some people escaped. I know Christina escaped because William had left the room already. I think they're probably going to hold her captive and like force them to come, or Christina's going to capture her or something.
Right.
Or she's going to go there and find out the truth, or maybe get hit by one of those eye animals or something.
They call them Draculas or whatever
Yeah,
the hell
because
they
the
are.
town is still there.
That is true.
The town, only the big house got sucked in.
Yeah, it did. It did.
And they were also talking about another point of the lavatory or whatever it was they were looking for. They were talking about that when Ruby was in the room with the cops.
Right.
Yeah, is that guy black?
That's what I wanted to talk about real quick. I was trying to get so the captain.
Oh, I couldn't see clearly what was
So
on his body.
the house that Letty got.
Yes.
Letty got was owned by one of the cult groups who did experimentations on black people.
Yes.
And if you remember the Exorcist episode where some of the bodies were disfigured, like the big
Yes,
guy
they
had the
like,
little head.
Yeah.
So they're trying
yeah.
to say, because you can see he had staples and his torso was black. So they're saying he was put together or something happened to him.
Ooh.
Because he was saying he had the cologne and he was sweating, so he ain't need a new shirt. So there's something else going there. And I love how they got so many different things going on there.
That's very possible. Yeah, I'm sitting there like thinking.
Yeah,
like,
because he was stapled, and remember
Yeah.
him and that guy were good buddies.
Yeah.
So he might have got sick or something, and he saved him because his torso was black.
Yeah.
and then you see all the staples and stuff.
You know, one thing that they haven't answered, and I still want to know, who put the bodies down in that hallway?
That's
Remember
true.
when she had first got the house, that
Yeah.
episode, and the 3 white boys died by the ghost?
Yeah.
The ghost killed them. And remember when the thing went all the way down?
Yeah,
to
somebody
the
put
tunnel?
the somebody
Who
put
the
them.
fuck put the bodies there?
Yeah, we're gonna get to it.
Like, I mean, I hope they come back to that.
You know what's
drop
gonna
it, you know
what's
what I mean?
gonna kill me about this show is the end when they leave us super hanging.
Oh my god.
That's gonna be the killer, and we gotta wait a fucking year.
I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna rock off with something. With
Yeah, I don't
two.
know. But hey, catch up, guys. You got a couple of weeks. This Sunday will be episode 6. All right,
Good.
let's keep it going. The Boys.
The boys.
You saw it?
The new one?
Yeah.
What was the new? What the last one I saw was him with Stormfront. Whatever the last episode from last week.
Him and
saw the one for this week already.
Homelander
Oh,
Stormfront.
you saw the one for today.
Yeah.
I didn't see the one.
Okay. So
Glad you was spoiling. I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch it. I don't care.
So in this episode, we'll brush through it real quick because I don't want to ruin it for my partner. So pretty much this, what we talked about before as far as Stormfront and Homelander, they actually do hook up.
Does she do that? Does she do that to manipulate him?
The way she did
You
it.
get because she's been rocking everything.
Well, he gets in trouble.
Yeah.
What Homelander normally does for not giving a fuck about anybody. He went to actually kill one of the terrorists and wound up killing an innocent in the process. And, you know, he could care less, but then, he always cares about his image.
Yeah.
And his image dropped 9 points, so he went to Stormfront, who offered to help him.
Yeah.
And she helped him. And he went to her for it. And the scene between them two was epic because they literally beat the shit out of each other before they actually had sex. And the fact that he's so fucked up in the head.
Yeah.
The fact that he was able to hit her with his rays and only not really hurt her.
So he can go full blast.
He could go full
Yeah,
blast. So
yeah.
she was like, why the fuck you stopped? When he
Yeah.
was hitting her with the rays or whatever. He just hit a dot. And she was like, why you stopped? So, he's already mentally, so them two are going to be unbreakable.
Okay.
So, we have that. But I think a lot of this episode was about Butcher.
Okay.
Where Nora was sent to kill him by the corporate.
Okay.
And he threatened to use the fact that he knew Homelander was a rapist. And they had a secret child. He had all these photos.
Yeah.
So he called Nord off from killing him.
Yeah, because Nora was looking at him the
Yeah, he
last
was-
episode.
yeah,
and
so-
when he saw him putting the fence, he was like, fuck yeah.
So they kind of tried to set a trap for him in the
Yeah,
house
yeah.
and all the explosions, and dude can't be killed. So he came out, he went to grab them, and he wound up having a camera on him.
Oh.
And when Butcher threatened, the phone rang, and that's how he got out of that situation.
Okay.
But Starlight, you can see what's gonna happen there. What's the girl with the headband, the lesbian?
Which one? Oh, Maeve.
Maeve.
Yeah.
Maeve is went to Fishboy and trying to pretty much
Get him back?
form a group to go against Homelander.
Oh, she tries to recruit him on the side.
That's right. She's trying to recruit him on the side. They try to do this commercial where she comes out being gay and stuff.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
Did he kill a girlfriend or is she still alive?
Oh, no. It's still, the way he's torturing her is fucking
Yeah,
epic, man.
because he was like, yeah, I know her.
Yeah,
he
it was
like, "Ah, fuck."
because they're trying to tell them what they can do, how they can't do it, and they were telling her girlfriend that she has to be the one to wear the man suit. They can't have two
She
females.
can't be too feminine. Yeah.
They can't have two feminines because it doesn't vote well with the numbers. She fucking went ape shit or whatever.
Yo.
Oh man, catch up on this. This is another good one.
Yeah.
I really want to see. I think we're about 2 episodes for shit really hitting the fan. The fact that Stormfront and Homelander is now a thing, and we all know Starlight, and now everyone wants to go against him, and the fact that he's pretty much unstoppable.
Do you think they're going to end the season on that?
I think they'll end with everyone find out that Nora is his clone.
Really? You think so?
I think that's the best way to do it. Because technically, I mean, Stormfront's shown that she can be hurt, but it takes a
It
lot
takes
to
a
hurt
lot
her.
to kill her.
Because when she Starlight got caught in Stormfront's trailer,
Yeah.
and she was searching for shit, and she found some shit, and she got her way out of it, telling her to not speak to her mother. Don't let information like that out. And Stormfront let out the fact that she was going to tell that she knew she was the one that leaked the formula.
Oh, okay.
And then Starfront, and then Star came back and said, well, I'll let him know that you're Liberty. So she is Liberty. She didn't deny it.
Well, yeah. They had the black girls who said that. No,
Right.
She here. That's her.
So Stormfront didn't deny she was Liberty.
So then here's the shit that killed me. I'm like, how long do these motherfuckers live?
Well, I think everyone's powers is different.
I think so too, but I'm like, God.
And the fact that
damn.
she still looked young,
Yeah.
and the fact that it happened so long ago and she still looks young,
Yeah.
but she still has the beliefs. She was sitting down with the A train and she said everything but the word nigga.
Oh, word, they brought him back in?
Because, he has to do the farewell from the seven.
Yeah.
And he's fighting it. And it pretty much came to where, okay, well, we'll bankrupt you or you're going to go out on top. So obviously he got a nice little severance package and decided to go out on top. But while they were sitting there, she pretty much called him everything but nigga. So she really does not like black people.
Wow.
So that's going to come to a head with her being a racist and all this other stuff. So it'll come to a head.
Okay.
But again, this is a good one. People keep watching. All right, so for I'm gonna save my favorite for the last. All right, now, Raised by Wolves.
This one I saw.
This is it's very well done, very good script, but you need patience while watching this. A lot of patience. Again,
It's a slow build.
Slow build.
It's a slow build.
Right. So real quick before, just in case y'all haven't caught up on this real quick, this is where they're atheists against believers. Now, their believer is Saul. And this is pretty much a battle between the people who believe and people who don't believe.
Yeah.
I'm still going to give you an opportunity to catch up, then we're just going to start going in next week with this one.
Oh, you don't want to go there?
Did you see all of them? Or?
Yeah, I caught up.
All right, so in the latest episode, it was a lot. It was a lot. So we have an android who was reprogrammed to care and love.
By one of the higher ups in the atheist community.
No, he was
But he was defecting.
Right, he was a believer.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He
Not
stopped
atheist, he was
believing.
a believer, I'm
Right, he was a
sorry.
believer.
Right.
He stopped believing,
Yeah.
and he became an atheist. And he trapped one of the androids that was a killer, the females.
Yeah.
And he reprogrammed her to care and love for kids and to raise as a mother.
Yeah. He did some real good programming.
Yeah, he did. So the android wound up having feelings like hate, love, in there.
Even
and
the father, too.
Yeah, he did.
Because you can see it at the end, like,
Yeah.
you betrayed me. And I'm
Yeah.
like, are you robots?
Yeah, it was kind of crazy, and I love the way they do it.
Yeah.
And they play with you don't know who's the chosen one. Is it Campion?
Campion is one of the kids that she
Was
birthed.
right.
She birthed 6 kids.
She birthed 6 kids.
5 of them died.
Right.
Yeah. Some natural causes. Some just fell.
Well, all of
on
them
the
died.
planet.
Well, yeah, I think one fell,
Yeah.
and the others died because the
food
plant
was
that they were
poison,
eating
yeah.
had
Yeah.
poison they didn't know at the time.
Yeah.
So then the believers gets to the planet. Well, they were we're gonna.
They're already on their way.
They were in a way. So the 2 imposters that had plastic surgery, who were atheists, but decided to get on the ship because it was the only way for them to survive because the planet was no longer habitable, have been living with the believers, even though they're atheists, plastic surgery and everything, and they've grown to love the child.
Right. Well, they took over. They killed 2 people and had an android
Right.
take their faces and do the plastic to look like them. Then when they got on the ship, they realized they had a son.
Didn't know they had a son.
Yeah, didn't know they had a son, and then they went into hibernation, and they spent 10 years in the mental travel thing with the son, and now they love him like
Love him
he's
to death,
theirs.
like he's theirs.
Yeah.
Especially the mother.
Yeah.
You know, the
And they
fathers.
actually treated him better than the real parents.
That is true.
Remember, he was like, "Oh, you're talking.
You
to
never
me.
talked to me
don't
before."
know." Yeah.
So this episode, what they're trying to do is they finally trap her. Well, they try to trap her. It backfires on them. They go in for the kids, and the father convinces the son to go back and to steal the android eyes, which weaponizes her, where she's able to give a sonic blast that pretty much bursts people.
That shit was taking everybody out, dude. That shit was like, yo, I don't even know. See, this is what I don't get. When she went into the dream machine to speak to the creator,
right?
And they put the bombs on the shit. Did she overpower the bombs?
I think
because remember it blew up the guy. Remember he was holding the detonator.
Oh yeah, it blew right.
And the shit was like it went back and blew him up.
Right. See, it blew his.
You said it blew his hand.
He was holding a device to detonate it, and it exploded in his hand and blew his hands off.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was her or the machine. There's another power going around here.
That big ass rock.
That rock and the fact that being that we haven't fully seen yet.
Yeah.
And when she went in there, she was like, "Is there someone else in here?" And it was like, "Yeah, is it a human or is it an android?" And they didn't know what it was, but they knew someone was there.
That was the machine. That was the rock, right? That was that big rock machine that got into it, right? Because it wasn't.
I think it's that entity that's speaking to William.
Yeah, because it wasn't William because they didn't hack the system.
Right.
They knew she was getting into the system.
Right.
But they didn't go back. They were like, she's gonna come back.
Right.
Yeah. So because that machine started acting like the creator when they started making love and having sex and stuff.
Right.
So I was like, why are machines doing this stuff? But I think she's starting to know something is up. Now I don't know if they're gonna interface or whatever. What I do think is those creatures. Do you think they're humans?
It could be. I
think
just think the fact that you know how that you start to adapt to certain things.
That's what I'm saying.
And them living underground, they adapt to live underground. And the fact that we found out in I think 2 episodes prior, because they released 2 episodes at a time.
Yeah.
That one of the creatures was pregnant at the time when they killed her.
Right.
So it could be. There's a lot going on with this, man, and they released 2 at a time, and I'm really looking forward to seeing because you're not sure if Paul's the prophet, is Cappy the prophet, or is it William? Because pretty much all of them are orphans.
Now, how's William orphan?
Remember, his parents are dead, and that's why he wound up getting into the army at the age of 12.
They just took him.
His parents are dead, so he's an orphan. He was an orphan at 12.
Okay.
So the voices telling him. So it's one you have to watch. You have to pay attention to.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's full of action, but there is some action. There are great actors and actresses in this, though. I think that's what saves it a lot. The fact that it's moving so slow.
Yeah, it definitely moves that slow, and I think it's going to be one big build-up. Like they're probably in on them blowing open the rock.
Right.
But I think that rock is embedded into the ground because
something else is there.
Those big portholes or whatever killed the snakes, where those things are coming from. Like, how'd they go 12 years without running into those creatures?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like maybe they developed from another ship got there earlier or something crashed. You know what I'm saying? Like something crashed and like turned into that around that same time.
So I said it gives you so many things to think about. It's interesting if you
really
don't
good.
mind.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you gotta have action all the time, this might not be for you.
Yeah.
But it's great actors and actresses, great storyline. Keep watching it.
It's great if you could binge it all at once.
Yeah, true.
Because it gets to those slower episodes, and if you could just boom hit it and go to the next one where like a good scene will come. It'll keep you in it. But then it's like...
Oh, yeah, and the fact that they release, like I said, they release 2 episodes every time.
Now, I think that's genius. Because that's the only thing that's keeping me in there.
Yeah.
If it was just one like that, like the boys, I'd be
like... Yeah, but you know, the boys, somebody gonna get their face... Dude face got ripped off, like... like, Nico or Nako, whatever, she, she's I can't ruin it for you.
But while we still here, when they talked about it this time, remember that I thought that other guy was going to die. The one who kept begging William for forgiveness.
Oh, the one with the...
Because now it explains how he got that scar on his face. Because he killed his father.
Yeah.
His father didn't kill the child, and the child had the bomb.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
It had the bomb, and he blew up, and it killed all the other soldiers, and he was like, thank you for showing mercy and killing him instead of having an android do it. And then when he told him the story, I think that played in his head like, oh fuck. But I thought he was gonna die. I thought when she left and came back, he was gonna like sacrifice himself.
Well, it's something about it because you remember the first time she ran into William, she didn't kill him. Like she knew he wasn't who he said he was.
She can see through their
she see through the plastic
surgery and see their real bone structure. She was like, "You're not them. You're not whoever it is." Yeah. And then you know what's another thing that really killed me about this show? The atheist. I'm not the atheist. the people
Believers.
believing the soul, but made the motherfuckers.
Yeah, they did.
So I'm like, how they don't have a cutoff switch or whatever the hell it is? Like, did they just leave them motherfuckers on, kill everybody? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, yeah.
Like, that's wild. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know.
All right, so we're gonna end with my favorite because it's funny a debate we had going on for you guys. We're gonna give Jeff opportunity to catch up.
Yo, I saw butterfly shit. No, who said that? The ghost theory or some shit like that.
I sent it to both of you. I said they don't believe it, so I'm gonna send it to them. I'm watching it because I know Ghost is alive.
They had a funeral.
The way it was broken down, and I want to give everyone an opportunity. Next week we're gonna start going into Power Book 2.
Okay.
The way they broke everything down, it made this guy. It made sense to me, and I want you guys to watch the last episode of Power. All right, you don't even have to watch the last one, but what I need you to see is I need you to see what gun Tariq puts into that vent. And then I need you to see what gun Tariq takes out of that vent. Then I need you to see when Ghost walks upstairs, the gun Ghost pulls out of his waist.
So it's 3 different guns. Jane.
No. The gun Tariq puts in
yeah.
is different than the one he pulls out.
Right, that's what I'm
but
saying.
he doesn't
So
notice it because that's not him. So, Ghost pulls out a gun, and it's genius the way they're doing this. If this works out the way it works out, I'll change my concept on Power altogether. So, they make sure you see Ghost's gun. They make sure you see Tariq's gun. All right? When Tariq goes back to Truth to shoot Ghost, Tariq pulls out Ghost's gun from the vent.
Not the gun he put in.
Not the gun he pulled in.
Okay. So meaning his gun was already gone.
His gun was already gone.
Okay.
So, I need you to pay attention to that.
So it couldn't have just been bad editing. The motherfuckers fucked up. The guy like, oh, put the revolver in.
I need you to pay, and they made sure they did it. They made sure you saw Tariq putting the gun in. And the way he put it in, it sat up, so you saw exactly what type of gun it was.
So they focused on the gun. Okay.
No reason for Ghost to pull a gun out on his way upstairs. But he pulls his gun out. You see what kind of gun Ghost has.
So you're saying it's a setup.
The gun Tariq pulls out, right. All right, Ghost wanted to get away.
No better time to get away
right.
now. Your
And the
love
only
is
way,
dead.
right, because he knew everybody was out for him. Everybody was trying to get him. The best way to get out is to
You gotta
fake your
be dead.
death.
Yeah.
But he still knows that to fake your own death is still illegal.
Yeah.
So, he does that, and I want you to pay attention again to the gun that Tariq pulls out. And I understand this is the movies, but anybody gets shot in the heart, you dead. He's having a conversation with Tommy on the ground, bleeding and all this shit. And then you noticed the police ambulance, as Tariq goes out, the police ambulance ride by. Guess who's in the window?
Who's in the window?
Ghost.
You mean he's in the window?
He's in the window of the ambulance.
Like looking out?
Yep. Looking at a
You
Tariq.
sure it's like he's not laying like
No, you see,
you know when they catch it.
you see, all right,
got
so
it half up.
you see a figure in a gray suit that he had on, looking out the ambulance window as Tariq walks by. Yes, yes. You gotta watch the episode, last one again.
That's the last episode.
The last episode. You gotta watch it again. Pay attention to the gun. Pay attention to the ambulance. And remember, Ghost uses the ambulance to get rid of bodies.
Yes, he did. That was one of his things.
That's one of his things. All right.
So now it came out. Tasha's in jail, so he ain't got to worry about her monkey ass. Wherever Tommy went, right? Tommy went somewhere.
Right. Tommy's on his way to California.
His boy's trying to re-up with whoever the fuck teach Barry J teacher, whatever the fuck, whoever's teaching him. You get what I'm saying? All his main contributors, or everybody who's big and who was alive, who thought he was dead, or who could tell somebody big and alive thinks he's dead. So he ain't got no love of his life, so he ain't got to come back and get no girl. The baby girl dead, only one, the son that hate him, and the little baby.
But he's still forcing the son to do exactly what he wanted to. And that
Sell
was another.
drugs?
That was another one of the points. He's not
go
allowed
to school
get
because he can't get the
one
money.
penny until you graduate, which is what Ghost wanted in the first place.
Right. Right.
Now, also, why wasn't Ramona at the funeral?
Who's Ramona again?
The guy from the lady from the Democrat, the lady who was in charge, the one he wound up getting cool with. They were gonna start dating. He kissed her during the event, or whatever.
Okay.
So there was, the theory is she helped him do it. So when Paz stepped to Ramona in the bathroom and told her, "You don't know who you dating," she said, "I know everything. He's told me everything." They're saying that Ghost opened up and let her know everything, and she's helping him do this. Why wasn't she at the funeral?
So he gonna pull
Machiavelli.
a Kanan. No, he gonna pull a Kanan.
Right.
Because Kanan did this and the other one. Oh, the fire didn't kill you, nigga. God damn. And the pop up, get his crew.
Right.
Remember he went and got his cousin, or whatever, and they all
So
came back.
I didn't believe, and then when I watched it and the way Guy broke it down, I said, "Holy shit! If this is true, this is fucking genius."
They had enough time to be edited like that, so maybe.
Right. And the fact, again, people, for you Power fans, they've always did a rest in peace photo of everyone who's died.
Did they?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, when Angela died, they the Monday after the show, they did an RIP on Instagram. They did an RIP photo for every character that passed away the Monday after the show. Still waiting for Ghost.
Maybe because it was the end of the show. You know what I mean?
Still waiting for Ghost. Now, it could be they're doing all this to make you watch this.
Now, I was going to say that. They got these wild-ass theories because I'm going to be honest, it's not grabbing my attention.
No.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like, yeah, I got to go see. I'm like, nah, nigga.
Because his son is not his father. Like Ghost, the way he moved
my point.
and the character himself, Omar's character, like he plays those roles so beautifully.
You know
like
what-
even in Next Day Air, he played it was a comedy, but he played it so beautifully.
You know what would have really been good? If they kept the twin sister alive and made her Ghost. She go from that sweet, loving innocent.
Right.
And she just start smoking niggas.
Right, because Tyreek not built for this. I'm telling you, he's not. He can go.
The character is
his
like,
character.
The person who's playing him.
Right. It's just you can't see it happen. So the fact that if they do this, obviously it'll kind of be released at the end of the season.
I think so.
But what better way for him to get his ex-wife back for all the bullshit she put him through?
Well, like I said, she in jail.
Yep.
Yeah, she in jail.
Right, all the
Tommy
shit she
gone.
put him
He
through. Tommy
free from all the
gone.
other
Tommy
headaches.
free.
Who
You
else
know
was
what I
out
mean?
to kill him?
Right, and Tommy was about to kill Tyreek, people. I need you to understand
I
that.
remember that. Yeah,
Tommy
Tommy was overstepping his man. He was
Yeah.
about to smoke that nigga too.
Tommy was about to smoke the shit out of it. He's like, nah, let it go. He was still mad.
He's like, I know you my godson, nigga, but you can catch these motherfuckers.
Yo, and also watch that whole scene about who entered truth, the time they entered truth, and the way they entered the truth. Now, mind you, we all know Ghost always checked the cameras. Ghost always checked his club.
Might be on something.
Ghost is alive, people. Ghost is alive.
If they sell that theory and they edit the whole shit around like he was pulling the main strings, you know what I mean? Like, or whatever the fuck it was, that would be cool. That would be cool.
Yeah, that would hook everybody back in.
It is Ghost, right? It's just called Ghost, not Ghost 2.
This is Power Book 2 Ghost. So it's
So it
still
is called
it's
Ghost.
still called
They're not
Ghost.
calling the son Ghost.
Yeah.
Right? They're not calling him Ghost.
No.
Little Ghost. And they're not taking him to kill people.
Nope.
Because he was
And-
only
right.
Ghost when he was out killing people.
Right.
So
And Monet finds out this week who Tyreek actually is. And when she finds out, and she tells her her daughter that everybody around him wound up dead or in jail. And once you find out that this is Ghost's son, and even though she's not up there with him, she knows his name. So it'll be interesting. That's the only thing that's keeping me locked in right now. For them to spew that. So hopefully
if
they do that.
If they come out in 2 episodes later and they say he officially dead, we got the bones here, nigga.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
You gonna
There's no
bow
reason to
out.
watch. There's no reason to watch.
You gonna
it.
bow
no reason to watch
And they start calling the little boy Ghost.
Yeah, it's
Ghost Jr.
yeah,
Little
because
Ghost.
like what's going on now? Okay, Monet, her family, she got Kanan and all. It's like it's not the same how the structure of the show
That's
and
my point.
how they were able to be the biggest cocaine connects by being invisible.
Yeah.
I only sell to you. Who you sell to is on you.
You. Yeah, that's it.
I got a couple of distros, and nobody knows who the fuck I am.
Right.
Like I remember, because I was watching season 2,
Yeah.
and how Ghost got what's the name from the Tainos to leave, because he was like,
Yeah.
everybody only know Losbo names, but me and you seen his face.
Right. Right.
The man knows how to pull strings, people.
So it comes down to this. Can we have any power without Omari Hardwick?
No. Well, here's the thing. Tommy, yes, because the motherfucker's just a character on his own.
Is Tommy's
Tommy's
scheduled
supposed
to appear in this?
He could because Tasha implicated him as the leader of
Right,
Rico thing.
Right.
But the way they left this open, him and Ghost, you couldn't be mad at any of them coming in and out of this because it is still Ghost. But Tommy is supposed to start his own book in California.
Now I heard that he said he had his own show.
Right, now that would be interesting because
Sorry,
Tommy's a
something
fucking
else.
character and he's wild. He's like Ghost and Kanan put together. That's the best way to put Tommy. He's not as great of a thinker as, but he's a thinker. He has some thoughts and he's also like a straight shooter. So I mean, a nigga can kill anybody anytime. So that and the fact that when they go back and show how they came up, that'll be an interesting one too, because you can do the whole Ghost and Tommy and Angela and Kanan.
Let me see IMDb. I'm trying to cheat this.
They're not gonna divulge it.
Yeah, they didn't do that for another show.
Yep. They keep it under the wraps.
What's show? Lovecraft.
Yeah.
They said the father was in all the episodes, then they updated it later, and I was like, "You fucking cocksucker!" I
Yep.
said, "That nigga don't come back, nigga. I'll be so mad."
Yep. So we're gonna keep watching. We're gonna get you opportunity to catch up. We'll be having this episode tomorrow again. Y'all won't, but y'all catch up, and we'll start the playbook. And again, if there's any shows you want us to check out for you guys, let us know, and we'll have another show. Can't give y'all a movie to watch because it's not really happening right
Shit
now.
out yet.
I think the next great thing is happening is November 6th when Black Widow comes out.
No, they pushed it back, bro.
And push it back again.
Yeah, and they said they not taking no chances.
Oh
I think
man.
because everything was hitting so low. Like
Right.
I think they waiting. Warner Brothers got one coming out like in October, and I think they're gonna see.
Well,
how
it
that
should
comes.
be released in Morpheus. I think that was the one that was supposed to. Was it Morpheus?
I heard they pushed that back like way back in March.
Wow.
But on the safe side, because you know they
Yeah.
they letting the BS fly.
Yeah, that's
But
just
you know
true.
the BS ain't gonna draw nobody. You need a big
Because
draw.
ain't nobody trying to watch the mutants, not me.
They can't lose money on.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
All right, so again, we'll have a couple of shows for y'all extra to watch. I've tried watch a couple of things. It wasn't worth letting y'all guys know. So we keep hitting y'all up. Last words?
Watch something good.
Yeah, man. Pretty much. All right, y'all. See y'all next week.